Hello. Hello, everyone. Thank you everybody for your patience. It's taking a little while for the Hangout to get ready to broadcast. Okay, but we're ready to go now. And here we go, our little marathon for the next few hours. Now, especially I would recommend this, of course, for anyone planning to take IELTS. Or the IELTS examination, which of course is the International English Language Test. Please do join me if you have any plans to do that, because we're going to be covering the speaking test for the next 4 hours. And yes, you, the students, will have plenty of chance to practice questions, and I will give you feedback to try to help you out. Okay. Rodolfo, nice to have you back. Hello again.
Hello again.
Hello again. Remus, is it Remus?
Yes, yes, teacher. Hello.
Remus, is that correct? Remus, I have a question.
Yes, yes, I'm in.
Your picture, your avatar or your whatever, your Google picture. What is that a picture of? A little marathon for the next few hours.
Yes, I have a picture yet.
Yeah. I'm just wondering where that picture is. It reminds me of where I grew up. Okay. Anyway, all right. Let's get started. Okay. I'm hearing a little echo, so if anybody has the Verbling window open and the Hangouts window, please just close the Verbling window or any other YouTube window, actually, because we'll hear echo. Also, it's much better if you have a headset or because that way we won't hear other sounds. Wow, lots of people getting ready to join this class. Are all you guys, well, let me talk to you really quickly because I want to get to the material. Yochi? Hello? Actually,
I'm here.
Actually, in reality, hi, how are you today?
I'm fine. It's early in the morning, a little bit tired.
Okay. Welcome to the class. In actuality, this is good practice. In IELTS, speaking test, the first thing that's going to happen is you are going to go into a room with an interviewer or interlocutor, and you are going to introduce yourself to them. Hello, my name is Oakley. What is your name, please? And you're going to give your name, and then the interviewer is going to ask you, what should I call you, or how should I address you? This is how the actual IELTS test starts. They're going to ask for your identification, such as your passport, to make sure that you are who you say you are. So actually, that's what we'll start with. Hello, Ezekiel?
Hi, Oakley. How are you?
I'm good. How are you today?
Fine, thank you. Thank you very much. Oakley, I have a question because my verbing app in Google Plus doesn't work. Is just my case, or is everybody problems?
What's not working?
The verbing app in the Google Plus.
Verbling chat
box?
Yes, the chat box is an app in the Google Plus.
Once in a while.
Once in a while, yeah.
Okay, I will wait.
All people have something like that.
Yeah, mine's working today. You know what? Yesterday when I had class, mine wasn't working yesterday. So
maybe so many people in your classes.
I don't know. It actually, Ezekiel, it seems quite random. Sometimes it works, sometimes not.
Okay, don't worry about that.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hello, Hong Fan? Fam? Hello? I cannot hear you. Do you have a microphone? Please, if you can fix your microphone or get a microphone. We are going to be practicing a lot of speaking today, so please do get a microphone and make sure that I can talk to you. Hello, Igor. How have you been?
Hi, Oakley. I'm doing very well. How about you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Good to see you again.
Thanks. Good to see you, John.
Okay, Leandro. Hi, Leandro. Again.
Hello again, teacher.
Hello again.
I'm here again.
Super. Leandro, are you planning on taking an IELTS test?
Actually, not, but I need to take an TOEFL at the end of this year.
Okay. All right. Well, we have similar things, similar type questions in IELTS. So, anyway, good practice for anybody, especially taking IELTS, but TOEFL, TOEIC, or any speaking test. Hello, Natalia. Natalia?
Hi.
Hi. Welcome to the class. Where are you from?
I'm from Russia.
Okay. Are you planning on taking an IELTS test?
No, I need to practice in my English.
Okay. Well, very good. Thank you for joining us. All right. I want to get right into the practice today. Lots of students speaking because I'm doing like 5 classes in a row and I'm afraid I'm going to get tired. So I want you guys to do the work. Okay. First of all, really quickly, for those who don't know, IELTS test is a test of your English skills, which is put out by Cambridge, Oxford. It's called the International English Language Test. We are going to be looking specifically at today, for the next few hours, the speaking part of the test. In this class, we're going to look at question 1. The IELTS test has 3 parts. Part 1 are personal questions about you, your life experience, and your preferences. Okay? The topics are going to be very simple things which we all do as human beings. About work, school, free time. Simple things like reading, music, shopping. Things that we all experience. Television, movies, internet. Alright, things that we all know about. The test or interview is held just like a conversation. A couple of points. If you're taking the IELTS test, relax. Just relax, alright? The more natural you sound speaking English, the better you're going to do on the test. So just relax. It is not, you are not supposed to be talking formal language. They are not testing to see if you're a genius or if you should if you should be a professor at university. It's supposed to be like a relaxed conversation. If you can imagine, you and your friend at Starbucks, okay, having some coffee, talking about common topics. That's what the test should sound like to an observer. It should not sound forced. It should not sound like they're, questioning you in a crime, for example. Okay. Simple questions, part 1 questions. Part 2 we're going to do in the next hour, which are more timed. They're description questions. We'll look at that the next hour. Part 3, opinion questions, the hour following. Let's jump in and try some part 1 questions. I'm just going to start doing some of these, and I'm going to go around the room and ask questions. Maybe I'll ask you a couple questions, because in part 1, the questions, actually all through the test, follow a logical order. All right, there is a progression of questions. They're not just random, crazy questions from many topics. For example, in part 1, the interviewer generally has 2 topics he's working from, and he will bridge from one topic to another with some kind of a question that involves both topics. Also, the interviewer will introduce topics. For example, let's start. Rodolfo, you were the first one in the class today.
Okay.
Rodolfo, are you a student or are you currently working?
I'm a student looking for work, for a job.
Okay. And what are you studying in school?
I'm about to finish studying chemical engineering.
Okay. And why did you choose that subject?
Because I always liked the chemistry since I was in high school, and I was very good at it. And I also like biology and mathematics.
Okay. Notice this is very common, talking about study, work, and free time. Very, very, very common. In fact, you're almost certain to get one of those 3 topics and then some other who knows what. But notice I said, what are you studying? What was my next question? Why? Always why. IELTS will ask you a question and then they will ask why. Keep that in mind as you're taking the test, or as I'm talking to you and you're answering questions. My next question is always going to be why. All right. Hi, Roni. How are you today?
Hello, teacher.
Hi.
Long time no see.
Yeah. How have you been?
Very, very good. Preparing myself to take the TOEFL. I'm taking the exam this Friday, next Friday.
Next Friday. Ooh, boy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, the TOEFL test and the IELTS test share one type of question, which I'm going to ask Roni. Okay. So, all right. Roni, let's see. Let's talk about a preference question. Let's talk about movies. Roni, what kind of movies do you enjoy?
Sci-fi or action movies?
Sci-fi action.
Okay. Make sure you're giving me complete sentences. For TOEFL or for IELTS, you need to speak in complete sentences. No one-word answers, heaven forbid, and don't speak in phrases. Use complete sentences. Okay. Yes, you can speak relaxed and informally, but it still has to be complete sentences. Okay. And so in TOEFL, you're going to have, 45 seconds to speak, question 1?
Yes.
So you need a lot more material. So obviously, you need supporting material. Same thing in IELTS. If they're asking you your preference for movies, okay, Roni, why do you like those kinds of movies? Sci-fi and
action.
Okay.
Okay, I like both genre because I like to go to the movies in order to get away from reality. I really like to just enjoy what I am seeing and watching things that can't be done in the real life. That is why when I see lasers and car flying and spaceships battling, I really enjoy that because that kind of disconnects me from reality, and I can imagine different things from those that I see day by day. And action movies has the same thing. You can watch one guy shooting being shot by hundreds of people and not getting hurt. And I really love watching that, being the badass and getting your way.
Okay. All right. Okay, well, that was about 1,000 times better, Roni. Okay, that was an answer now.
Okay.
Look, Roni used many examples. He used examples like lasers and spaceships, and that's terrific. What he was clearly doing, or is clear to me, he was using his personal experience. He was remembering when he saw a movie and what kinds of things happened in the movie. If you want to give specific examples, titles of movies, great. He was giving examples of action scenes. Great. Okay, that's a detailed answer. The more detail, the better. The better your score is going to be, guaranteed. Even if you mess up sentence structure, or even if you make some mistakes or repeat or your rhythm's off, the more detail, the better your score is going to be. I guarantee you that in TOEFL or IELTS. All right, Roni, that was much better. Very good.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Yochi. Yochi? Are you there?
Yes. Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Yochi, where are you from?
I'm from Israel.
You're from Israel. Okay.
Yes.
Yochi, I'd like to talk to you a little bit about where you live. Can you tell me a little bit about the city or town where you live?
I live in a village, not far from Jerusalem. Here is about 1,500 people.
Ah.
Everybody lives in his own house, not in a flat. Most of the people work at countries like Tel Aviv or Jerusalem, and are a engineer.
Great, you're killing me. You know why? Because you're covering some of my next questions were going to be about what kind of work do people do. That is great. If you can
I make the homework. I made the homework. I saw the questions.
Ah, okay. I can't even remember what questions I put in there. But very common questions about where you live in IELTS. They could phrase it differently. They could be, tell me about your city or town. It could say, talk about your neighborhood. It could be much more specific. Do you live in an apartment or a house? Okay. Talking about where you live, very good. She talked about what work people do. Do people live in apartments or in the city? Okay, obviously she looked at the homework part or the worksheet. Kind of funny. I forgot. I'm not even using the worksheet, actually. I'm using something else. I was trying to trick you, but it's not working. Okay, that was very good. All right. Now, they may move from one topic to another very similar. They may say, tell me about your town. Okay, what kind of jobs do people do in your town? And then they might ask you questions about work. Questions about where you live, very, very common. Okay, Ezekiel?
Yes, I'm
Hi. Hi. And I have no idea how to help you with your technical problems.
No, don't worry. I'm trying to fix it, but I don't know how. But don't worry.
I don't either. Okay. Another common type of question. Ezekiel?
Yes, tell me.
What do you enjoy doing in your free time?
Okay, on my free time, I like compete in ATV. I love to use ATVs. Do you know what is ATVs?
All-terrain vehicle?
Yes, it's 4 tracks.
Mm-hmm.
4 tracks. Yes.
Yeah.
That's my hobby.
Ah, okay. And
Yes.
okay, my next question, always in IELTS,
Okay.
why? Why do you
Why?
like?
Because I have a strong contact with nature in my ATV. I love to know new places, and it's pretty awesome to have control of a machine and be alone with nature.
Okay, that was a very good answer. All right. Those were very good answers, Ezekiel. You have small problems with your preposition use. Sometimes you forget it. Okay. In my ATV should be on my ATV. I like compete. I like to compete.
Okay.
Small prepositional problems, but really, this is not going to hurt you too much in the real test. And I'll tell you why. Basically, IELTS speaking and TOEFL speaking are quite similar. Your cohesion, your organization, basically, is one thing. All right. Your pronunciation, word stress, which is word stress, your intonation and rhythm, another thing. Grammar, or sentence structure, and vocabulary. So if you have you have a little problem with prepositions, for example, but his coherence was fine. He's not using repetition. He's not repeating things. He's not pausing a long time. That's good. That shows good organization and coherence. His vocabulary is fine. No problem. So that's not going to hurt you too much. That's still a very good answer.
Thank you very much.
Still, level 8. IELTS, for example, you have band scores from a level 9, and then it goes down by 0.5. 9, 8.5, 8, 7.5, etc.
It's from 1 to 9, or from 1 to 10?
1 to 9. Why stop at 9? I have no idea. I don't know. Very silly, but nevertheless. An interesting thing that doesn't come up in class that Ezekiel did, he said I like to ride ATV. Do you know what that is? Absolutely nothing wrong with doing that on the IELTS test. You're interacting with the interviewer a little bit. You're showing audience awareness, they call that. And the interviewer is going to give you a score for audience awareness. Are you comfortable talking to someone? Can you look at their face and talk to them? So it's perfectly okay to do that. It's totally all right to do that. And it's actually maybe a good thing, even. You don't have to, but it won't hurt you. Now, obviously, my friend Roni over there, he cannot do that. He's going to take the TOEFL test. And the TOEFL test is a recording, and you're talking to a computer. So you cannot ask the computer, do you know what an ATV is? Yes, Roni, I know.
Okay. Who gives you these points for this interacting with auditory? You said that if you look at that person and you ask him, who gives these points to you? This person or that 3 people who after that will look at the recording?
Well, the 3 people who look after that are what you're mainly concerned about. The interviewer makes notes, which he forwards to these 3 people as part of the package with the audio file. He makes notes and sends it to them. Basically, the interviewer can, if you're borderline, and this happens frequently, if your score is, I don't know, 7 or 7.5, it can boost or lower your score. Hong, do you have a microphone?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear.
Thanks.
Terrific. Very good. Where are you from, Hong?
I'm from Vietnam. Do you know Vietnam?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, thank you. And this is the first time I joined this kind of class.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
welcome to the class.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. I mean, are you planning on taking an IELTS test?
Yeah, actually, I'm planning to take in the IELTS test by the end of July.
The end of July. Okay,
Yeah.
good. You have a good amount of study time. I'm going to ask you the same question because I have a feeling you don't enjoy ATVs. So I'm going to guess that you have a different interest. What do you like to do in your free time?
I love to read some romantic book when I have free time. But sometimes I usually go out, go to the cinema with my friends once a month.
Okay. Why do you? Okay. Again, here we go. IELTS always why? Why do you like to read romantic books?
Actually, I know that romantic books are quite unrealistic, but I think that it gave me some hope about the better future in the world, and I can see a lot of kind of people.
Okay, a lot of types of people.
Yeah.
All right. I didn't quite understand what you said. You know that romantic books aren't quite. What did you say?
Actually, I think that love is this all around the world. Everyone needs love, and I think that because being stressed from the school, so I think that's really some kind of I can feel relaxed.
Okay. I can relieve stress. Like that? Okay.
That's right.
Okay, all right. Okay, this comes up often in TOEFL, IELTS. Students talking about leisure activities or talking about work. This is very common to have to talk about stress in one of these tests. So it's we really need to know how to talk about stress. We usually use the verb, it helps me relieve stress. We often use relieve. I like to do many of these topics already, but ATV, read romantic books. It helps me relieve stress. It helps me relax.
Can we say that it helped me to get rid of stress?
It helps me to get rid of stress.
Or informal?
Yeah, that's kind of informal, but I think that's okay, actually, Igor. Helps me get rid of. And anyway, Igor, you're next. What do you do to help yourself get rid of stress? Igor.
Usually I do not have so much stress, but if I feeling blue, I usually do something to entertain myself. So maybe I go with friends out in some places. I listen to good music. Maybe I learn English. Maybe I work.
Okay. All right.
What do you do, Oakley? I'm interacting with interviewer now.
Yeah, you are.
I want more points, so I interact.
What do you do? Okay. I don't know if you'd start interviewing the interviewer.
I'm interacting. I want more points. If I ask something back, so I have more points.
Something like, are you familiar with, something like that. You're talking about Tripoli. Are you familiar with Tripoli? Okay, something like that. But, okay, your answer was very good, and I want to, for those other students in class, notice that Igor used the phrase, if I'm feeling blue. Okay, now, here's an important point. Feeling blue, of course, is very idiomatic, very abstract language. He's obviously not feeling the color blue. It means he feels sad or depressed. However, Igor used it completely appropriately and correctly. In the IELTS test, this would get you points. It's okay to do this. Now, I've heard teachers, textbooks sometimes argue about this point, whether to teach students taking TOEFL or IELTS to use idiomatic language. If you can use it correctly, this is the difference between an 8 and a 9 score. That answer, by the way, Igor, that was a 9 answer. Your intonation was perfect. You used very interesting vocabulary. You used idioms, which you clearly understood. You used good connectors and sentence structure. That answer was like a no question in 9.
So if I would, I do not need to say that with this kind of idiomatic language, like I said, I'm feeling blue.
You don't have to, but
in a TOEFL or IELTS, I just should escape this kind of.
Well, if you okay, here would be my advice, and this is advice. Okay, as I was trying to express. Some textbooks even advise to not do it. Some teachers advise definitely do it. Some say not. Here is my advice. If you know the idiom or the phrasal verb or the colloquial language and you're absolutely sure, use it. Because it can help you. It can actually raise your ultimate score. If you're unsure, do not use it. If in any way you're not sure, avoid it. That's my advice. Advice? My advice. Advice. That's my advice. I forgot how to speak English. So, you know, when you used it perfectly naturally in that's natural English. That's why that was a 9. It fit perfectly. Okay.
I just was scared that I learned this kind of expression. I do not need to learn this kind of expression because now I learn many with idioms and many phrasal verbs. So
no, it's good to know those things. That's the way normal first language English speakers talk. We use them constantly. So I'm all for it. I think it's a very good thing.
Okay.
And it sounds very natural and relaxed when you use them talking.
Okay.
Okay, Leandro.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, let's see. All right. Another. Okay. All right. Okay. Also, free time. All right. Maybe I ask you about what you do in your free time, and then I may ask you. What do people do in your town? What kinds of things are there to do in your town or city in your free time? What do people do for fun?
Well, we have a lot of pubs. People like to go to pubs, like to go to parties. We don't have a cinema, so what people could do, they don't do. I mean, we could have theaters, cinema, more cultural activities, but we don't have because I live in a very small town. So people like to go to parties, pubs. This is the kind of stuff they like to do.
Okay. Sounds great. Okay. How far, Leon? Okay, this is not an IELTS question. This is a teacher Oakley question. If you want to go see a movie, Leandro, how far away do you have to go?
Like 100 kilometers.
Oh my goodness! Really? Wow.
Yes, but you know, I don't care. I can rent it. I can download it. You know.
Right. Okay. Cool. Okay. You got a little messed up there in the middle, but overall, that's not bad. That was interesting. And actually, all right. Notice that I had a reaction, and I started, and I made me very curious. I had to ask you my own personal question. Look, if you make the interviewer laugh, or if the interviewer asks a question which is clearly not an IELTS question, they're asking for their own knowledge, for their own curiosity. This is very good. This means that you are interacting very well. This means that you're making the interviewer interested. You're doing great. By the way, if during the course of your interview, all right, let's talk about the interviewer just for a minute here.
Okay.
All right, the interviewer is supposed to be very neutral, unbiased, neutral, asking the questions. They're not supposed to encourage you. But in my experience, having had many students take the IELTS exam, they tend to do things like to encourage you, like nodding, giving you little maybe even giving you the okay, giving you the sign, okay, speak more. They won't say it, but they'll give you a sign. They will very subtly, carefully try to encourage you. Not always. Some of them are very, very kind of strict and neutral. If you're answering a question and the interviewer stops you, okay, wait one moment, okay, thank you, that's enough. Don't be offended. This is not a bad thing. It's more often than not, it's a good thing. It means they have all the information that they need. They're looking for a certain verb tense, or they're trying to get you to use a modal or something, and they got what they need, so they want to move on because they have a time constraint. There's only so long their audio can be. Some people, of course, when they're being tested, get very nervous and tend to talk a lot, so they may stop you. That's not a bad thing, though. Okay.
I just have a question. In my case, I will do the TOEFL exam at the end of this year. But you said that we don't talk directly to the interviewer. We will talk to a computer. Speak to a computer. So we'll not have this feedback you was talking about, right?
Right. Most, TOEFL has evolved. Most people, I think it's going to be a completely computerized test. They've moved to what's called TOEFL IBT, which is computerized. It's timed.
We have time to think about our answers, right?
Right. You have preparation time and then speaking time. As the test proceeds, it gets a little longer. You have a little bit more of both. But it's not much time. 45 seconds, like 30 seconds preparation and then 45 seconds speaking time. You can make notes in TOEFL. All right? Because they're interactive. 4 of your questions are interactive. You have to read and listen, and then listen. You're listening and then speaking about what you heard. So you can and absolutely should make notes. IELTS is different. IELTS, there's 3 tasks. Ronnie tells, okay, it's 20 seconds preparation, 45 to speak in 1 and 2. That's right. All right, IELTS is different. IELTS, there's 3 parts. In part 1, which we're looking at right now, interviewer asks, you answer. There's no preparation time. Also, part 3, which is opinion, same thing. No preparation time at all, which is most of the test. In IELTS, only part 2 is it timed. And you have time, you have a question on a card, you have time to make notes, and then you should respond for 1 to 2 minutes. TOEFL, it's all timed. Everything's timed, and you know
Right.
you're looking at a computer screen, so nobody to interact with. It's a lonely test.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So you actually have to get accustomed to that. You have to get accustomed to speaking in an animated way, as if you're interested in what you're talking about, to a computer, because you still need to have your intonation. It's actually a little bit something you have to practice, talking to, the screen. But you should be using intonation and highlighted words and some emotional or intonation, expressive intonation rather, which is hard to do talking to a computer, but you should do that. Imagine you're talking to somebody, I guess, is the best advice. Okay. Natalia.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, you are. Okay. Natalia, I'm going to give you another kind of question. Natalia, now, there are different kinds of questions. Natalia, do you enjoy shopping?
Yes, I enjoy it.
Okay. What do you enjoy shopping for?
I like to look at different things, to look at clothes, shoes, I like to
Okay. Natalia?
yes.
Whoops. Okay, there. Natalia, just relax. Now, I'm going to help you out here. Okay. If you have a question about you like shopping, think about, use your personal experience, all right? Think about the last time you went shopping with your friends. Tell me a little story. Natalia, tell me about last time you went shopping. What did you buy?
I bought products for house, but I don't like to go shopping with my friends. I like to go shopping alone, but I don't know why. My friends don't like shopping. Only my sister like it. My sister and I often go to our shopping centers. We look at clothes. We like to buy it.
Okay. All right. Much better now. Okay, you're thinking about your personal experience, going with your friends, going with your sister. When we do that, when we start to think about how this question really relates to our lives, we're able to give a lot more detail. All right? If you can relate it to your own experience, don't make the mistake in IELTS or TOEFL or TOEIC or CAE or any of these tests. Do not try to speak in general. It's a big mistake. You should be talking about specific information and talking about your life and things like that. Natalia, one more question. Do you prefer online shopping, or do you like to shop for things in real time?
I don't like online shopping because I can't to touch their things. I can't look at them. I like to do shopping in real time.
Okay. Very good. All right. See, you're getting better already. That was good. That was quite a decent answer. Okay. That's all you need. And by the way, guys, in part one questions really, obviously, don't give one-word answers. Don't speak in phrases. Use full sentences. And okay and adequate answers may be 2 sentences. No problem. If you have something more to say, you want to speak 4 or 5 sentences, absolutely. No problem. At least 1 sentence. If you answer one question with only 1 sentence, that's okay, but if you do that, try to speak more for subsequent sentences. Finally, I'm back at Rimas. Are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. You've been very, very patient. Okay. Remus, where are you from?
I'm from Morocco, Casablanca.
Casablanca. Okay. All right. I have a question to do with your country. What sports are most popular in Casablanca? Or in Morocco, I'm sorry.
Football.
Okay. And, all right, Remus, don't give me one-word answers.
The famous sport in Morocco is first is football and the martial arts, especially karate, and basketball, tennis, and but the famous sport is football and martial arts, karate.
Okay. All right. Okay. I heard one very common thing. Very common, actually, a slight mistake. All right. Very often, second language speakers confuse famous and popular. All right. I think what you meant was, but by far the most popular sport is football. You gave me some other examples. Popular, okay, means the most people like it. Famous has kind of a different meaning. Famous means that, you know, a person is famous. Albert Einstein is famous for his discovery of the theory of relativity. Okay, fine. You know, Obama is famous because he's the president, but that doesn't mean Obama's popular. you can be famous and not be popular. Okay, so they can be very closely related, or they can be completely different. You know, you can be famous and not popular. So there are different meanings. Okay. Remus.
Yes.
Did you enjoy playing sports as a child?
Yes. Every my life, I like sports, especially swimming.
Especially swimming. Why do you like swimming?
Because the swimming is useful and relaxing. When you come into water, you feel as the problem disappear in the water.
Ah. Okay. All right. When you
the contact with the water.
All right. You probably not when you come into the water. Probably when you get into the water. Okay,
Yeah.
you get into water. Okay, all right, very good. Where do you swim, Remus? In a pool or in the ocean?
In a pool, I'm subscriber and in in a team in Casablanca,
Okay.
and but now is summer in summer it's start of summer in Morocco. I go to beach.
Okay, go to the beach. All right.
The beach.
All right. Okay, very good. You're gonna have to work on your rhythm and your fluency a little bit. You have a lot of what's called filler, hesitation when you speak. Okay. And maybe instead of what you could do, if you don't know what to say, one technique is not to use filler at the beginning, but stretch and rise your pitch at the end of sentences. It gives you a little extra time. That is acceptable to do that. It's okay if you need a little extra time to speak to use rising intonation. This shows the listener you're not done speaking. So if you need to pause a little, use that method. Also, for everyone taking IELTS or TOEFL or any test, the rate at which you speak is not being tested. It is not going to help you get a better score if you speak really, really fast. In fact, it may hurt you. Speak in a natural pace. Some people naturally speak faster. Some people have a little bit slower pace when they speak. If you have to slow down your pace a little bit, that's okay as long as it's an even pace. That's no problem. Okay. All the way around. And all right, Rodolfo, back to you. Now, Rodolfo.
Hello.
Hello, Rodolfo. Okay. Now, I've been talking to you guys. The topics that I've been giving you are quite common topics in part 1 in IELTS. Very, very common. Talking about work, school, free time, sports, books, TV, movies. All these things are quite common. Sometimes IELTS will surprise you with a odd or strange topic. Okay, this is, for example, Rodolfo. I hate to torture you, but Rodolfo, where are you from?
I'm from Chihuahua City, Mexico.
Okay, Chihuahua City, Mexico. Okay, okay, this is an Oakley question, first of all. Not an IELTS question. Are really Chihuahua dogs from Chihuahua, Mexico?
I don't know.
Okay.
The word Chihuahua is even it's originated before the dogs because it's an indigenous word.
Indigenous word. Okay. All right. I've often wondered about that. All right, let me.
I have a question. The dogs from your city are the most Chihuahua dogs. How to formulate Oakley this question in the correct way?
Okay, so Rodolfo, in your city, are most of the population of dogs Chihuahuas?
Yeah.
I don't think so. They are mostly bulldogs and poodles and Malteses.
Okay.
So Chihuahua dog is not from that city.
Okay.
No.
Interesting. I actually I was interested. Okay. Now, sometimes you'll get weird questions. I'm asking him about dogs. Actually, that's typical. I've had students take the IELTS test, and I've won anyway. Have this question. Rodolfo, you're from Mexico. What is the significance of birds in Mexico?
Of birds?
Yeah, in what ways are
Animals?
birds... Yeah, that's right. In what ways are birds significant?
Well, the birds are significant because, well, I will talk to you about the royal eagle. I don't know if it's the same in USA. The royal eagle is the national symbol of the country, and it has some to do with the history because. Well, you know the Mexican Empire, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was founded where an eagle was devouring a serpent, and that's why the eagle is a national symbol.
תיקח את השני, בינתיים. אין לך ברירה, אתה חייב להתחבר כבר.
Where's that coming from? Okay. All right. Well, that's pretty good. Talking about the symbolism of the flag. Very good. Hello? Am I stuck?
What?
Okay.
Stuck in the
Hang on here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Am I?
Yes.
Can you hear me? I seem to be stuck. All right. In any case, hello.
Hello.
Okay. In any case, I seem to be having a problem here. In any case, guess what? It's time to end the class. I will join you on the other side. Hopefully, you guys can hear me. I'm going to end the class now so that I can start the next class, and we're going to go on to part 2 questions.